I've sacrificed my life. I was ready to die. I went to prison. I went to exile. And some of the people who are leading, they don't even know what exile is all about. No, they don't know. They've never been in prison. I have contributed to this ANC. I'm still going to do it, but I'm punished already for me declaring when they've voted many times with what you call. They're going to tell me, why are they still members of the ANC?
I want you to watch this exclusive interview that the former President Jacob Zuma had given to the media, as he gets to reveal deep secrets about what did happen in order for him to change his mind to not vote for the ANC but vote for the new political party, MK. Have watched this video until the end. I'll be back with more analysis.
Voted MK. I'm still going to do it, but I'm punished already for me declaring when they've voted many times with what you call. They're going to tell me, why are they still members of the ANC? I've sacrificed my life. I was ready to die. I went to prison. I went to exile. And some of the people who are leading, they don't even know what exile is all about. No, they don't know. They've never been in prison. I have contributed to this ANC. The reason, if you listen to my terminology, I said, I will die in the ANC.
Okay.
And I am
whilst
doing
being
this.
a leader of the MK party.
Exactly.
So after elections, does it mean you are taking that constituency to the ANC?
No.
How are you rescuing the
listen
ANC
to me
by leading
you.
Another party? How
listen
does
to
that
me
work?
telling you my good sister.
It's a contradiction.
Because you don't understand what is called a political something.
What?
We established MK in 1961 to save or rescue the ANC, among other things, which was the national organization, and save the black people. We established MK. And MK played a role that assisted us to come quicker to liberation as a military wing of the struggle in South Africa. Today, in a different way, the ANC is being killed by some of its members who are sent by other people. People in South Africa have been saying, and as a journalist you know, have been saying to ANC people, we are not going to vote you if you still keep Cyril Ramaphosa as a president. You have heard it.
So it's a personal vendetta?
No, I'm asking you have heard it. I'm asking, is it a vendetta or not vendetta? I'm asking you.
In some quarters it has
Wait. I'm telling you about the voters. And the voters of the ANC have been going down on the basis of that. And therefore the ANC has been killed systematically together. And we who know the ANC coming, we want to rescue the history of the ANC, the name of the ANC. That's why I won't leave it to people I think they've done wrong things. One day I could tell you more reasons why. The ANC, there is nothing wrong with the membership of the ANC. There's everything wrong with the leadership of the ANC or some leaders of the ANC.
Okay,
these are the people we need to deal with. And
once you've dealt with them,
wait a bit, let me complete. I wanted to take the ANC as the biggest history among national liberation movement.
yes.
And you can't take that and give it to the current leadership, like Ramaphosa's, and say they must now look after it. So I'm telling you,
So
that is what I'm telling you, the rescuing of the ANC. We can't take this rich history, unprecedented, many people looked after, and just give it to other people.
But you
That's
brought
why,
Cyril Ramaphosa back into the fold.
Wait.
How are you forgetting that history?
No, I've never done so. I will tell you one day.
In 2012.
I will tell you one day. It's not me.
Cyril Ramaphosa
It
back
was brought
to be
by
your
some
deputy
members.
president?
It was brought by some members of the ANC who came to recommend him to me.
But you accepted it.
Sorry?
You accepted it. It was a
No,
collective
I'm not
decision.
the only one person who takes a
Okay,
decision
yes.
in the ANC. The ANC takes decision on the basis of consultations and discussions.
But you never had any red flags then?
I did,
Okay.
but it was not meant in public. I had red flags long time ago.
Already, your baby is not even a year old, but already there seem to be ructions. There's, some would say, confusion. Jabulani Khumalo says he's the leader of Umkhonto weSizwe. You allegedly have expelled him. You know, he claims that his signature was forged, where there was a letter sent to the IEC ceding power over to you. What is going on with this Umkhonto weSizwe party?
Let me just start. Have you ever had an organization in South Africa who is 4 years old, but who is leading the race? Have you ever had
You're
it?
not 4 years old.
Huh?
You're not 4 years old. You're
We
a couple of months.
Oh, sorry. Not 4 years, 4 months. Sorry. Thank you for correcting me. 4 months. 4 months, not 4 years, 4 months. But is leading the race. Was there ever an organization of that nature? Can you say it is dying? Who is dying? Umkhonto? Not at all. Umkhonto is growing, is big.
What about the confusion now with this leadership?
Every
You're already
political party.
fighting.
No,
It's so soon.
wait. Every political party, unless it is not a political party, there are discussions, there are quarrels, there are everything. ANC itself can tell you how many quarrels it has had in its life. It's part of politics. There's nothing new.
Did you send Jabulani Khumalo to go and register
Absolutely.
Umkhonto
I
weSizwe
had
on your
that
behalf?
discussion.
You sent him.
I had that discussion with him here in this house, here at Nkandla.
And it was always
And
part of the plan?
I was helping to tell them what I'm doing in order to change this country. And I said I've chosen MK. But because MK is going to raise eyebrows to some people, I won't register it myself. I would register it through, there were 3 sitting next to me. So I said, we'll use your name. And we agreed. So that people must not realize I'm party to it. What I was doing underground, total underground. I did that, and I don't have to argue with somebody who did not even know what Umkhonto was. What we are talking about, there are papers being written to court to explain that day where he had to sign. Because I put him here, I said, why do you now say this is your organization?
He still is saying that, absolutely.
No, I'm telling you, when I talked to him,
Yeah.
I said, where do you come from? Because I've brought his brother and their friend in order to be here to hear what he says. No. I did not refuse to sign because I know the truth. In fact, somebody was saying, starting a discussion, I'd stop the discussion. I said, here's a paper, sign. Which he had participated in
So
drafting.
his signature was not forged. That
No,
letter
he
to
signed
the
in
IEC.
front of all of us sitting. We are going to be saying it in public. He signed, and it was sent.
You've spoken about how your party is so young and yet it has made an impact, or it has such wide reach. Who's funding Umkhonto weSizwe party?
Unfortunately, we've got nobody who's funding us now.
No money at all. I mean, there was an article
No,
that spoke
no.
about funding from
No.
Belarus. Is that
Money coming from?
Belarus,
Who
Russia?
received it?
You?
Me?
You are a director of a company?
I've never received any. But I thought you were going to
You're
tell
not
me
funded
somebody.
by Russia?
When was I funded by Russia?
I'm asking you.
No,
a
I'm
question.
not funded by Russia.
Who's funding you? Where do you get so much money to be
Listen,
all over the
my
country?
sister. When I worked underground the whole year until I made an announcement, I had not a penny.
Because you've been pleading poverty even in court.
I've been.
You've been pleading poverty even in court.
Exactly, because
so
I don't
where's
have
the
the
money
money
to campaign?
No.
Campaigning is an expensive exercise.
I
eh?
use my voice to tell the people what I've decided.
And then?
And people agreed. And they work today.
We were with you as a country for 9 entire years.
And I
as
changed a number of things.
Right?
And I changed a number of things.
Okay, hang on a second. You're gonna answer me. Let me ask the question. You're gonna answer me. You can't answer until I'm done.
Okay. Look.
You were with the country for 9 entire years. And when you look at the population, it's mostly made up of young people. Now you're at your not so tender age of what, 82, 83? Many are asking.
I'm 28.
Okay, backwards.
Okay.
You're at your not so tender age of 82. Let's be honest. Why don't you just allow young people to lead? What could you possibly contribute? You had your time. Allow other people to let this country grow and allow young people to run the country. What are you bringing to the table?
Have they displayed how they can lead the country?
Who?
The young people.
Are you saying young people can't lead?
No, I'm asking.
They
Why
have.
don't we have young people who are acting like me now? If
Doing
they are
what?
capable of doing so.
So
Why?
you're saying you're the best option on
I'm
the
not
table?
saying I'm a best option. I sat for a number of years after retiring, and the country was going down with your young people and everybody else. You being young as well. You were doing nothing.
You can't say we're doing nothing.
What were you doing?
I'm in the media space. I use this platform and the space to
You can't liberate people with media.
So how are you liberating people again?
Because I'm calling people to an organization called Mkondo Wesizwe.
I've been watching you, on the campaign trail. Even during this interview, you've been quite energetic. And I can't help but wonder, were you ever terminally ill?
Me?
Yes, especially because in the courts, your health has been a subject of discussion. When the arms deal trial was supposed to start, you were not in a good state to stand for trial. And so it goes.
I think that is a very serious question to answer. To ask rather, because the health of a person is always known as a business of that person and the doctors. It comes to this discussion when people, like it is happening now, when governments are doing things to make people feel uncomfortable, follow other people for whatever reasons. That's why such questions will come. There was absolutely no necessity for such a question to come. Absolutely.
That was former President Jacob Zuma. He gave a very powerful, exclusive interview to one of the local media journalists who had to interview him because there were a lot of things which was just sitting on top of the mountain, and no one could not be able to have the courage to come out there and tell people. If it was not Jacob Zuma himself, as you all know that Jacob Zuma is been suspended from the ANC, and there is some new measures which will be announced soon about what the ANC leadership of President Cyril Ramaphosa, followed by the Deputy President Paul Mashatile, so on, and the SG Fikile Mbalula, who have to come and announce on what they have decided or they had voted in order for them to suspend former President Jacob Zuma. Jacob Zuma, you all know that it's been 4 months ago, that was in December 2023, when he had to announce that he is no longer going to vote for the ANC, but is going to vote for another political party. And he chose the MK, which is a movement which has been under the ANC for so many years. So a lot of rumors, a lot of people, they were saying things, or former president have done this, have done that. We saw some members of the ANC criticizing him, and we are talking about the same members who used to worship Jacob Zuma, who used to protect Jacob Zuma, like regardless of what kind of allegations Jacob Zuma can be accused of. These are the same people who used to be like, no, Baba, we're not gonna go anywhere because we still have you, because we want you to be there, you know, because they want to protect their own interests, because they want to protect their jobs. And that is what we've been seeing in this country about politics, whereby even if someone is doing something wrong, no one have that courage to tell them the truth, because they want to protect their personalities, they want to protect their jobs, they want to be at the good side. As they like to say that, no, they want to be on the good side of the history. Well, that is how we saw. Most of people are criticizing Jacob Zuma today. They're the same people who used to worship and appreciating Jacob Zuma and saying that he was a good leader. Today, now they seem to forget everything. Today, they are now having bad language towards the man called Jacob Zuma. So, with all this being said, the only person who was gonna stop all this, the only person who could have come and give us a proper answer to all this, that would be Jacob Zuma himself. Because no one could talk in behalf of Jacob Zuma if he's not the one who can come. For those who've been watching me for a long time ago, from the moment when Jacob Zuma was removed in power as a president of South Africa, I had spoke and give my analysis. Of course, I gave my point of view, telling you guys that no, things are not that simple as we are seeing it on the TV, through the news. Things are not simple as we are seeing it as in front of cameras, because there's something more deeper than what you are seeing in all this. Former President Jacob Zuma was sacrificed. That is according to what I had said. That Zuma was sacrificed by people who are supposed to protect him, by people who are supposed to make sure that Zuma can be there and no one should not touch him. But these people, they end up sacrificing Zuma because they had to protect their interest, because they had a proper offer that if you do this, I'll put you a minister. If you do this, you become the president. If you do this, if you do that. So since in the world of politics, it is all about protecting your own interest, protecting your own benefits. Well, that is how we saw Jacob Zuma was sacrificed. Himself, through this interview, you guys will listen, himself saying very well that I don't remember what I have done wrong. I seated on my own. I ask myself a couple of questions. I look around, just try to figure out if there is anything that I have done wrong. But according to Jacob Zuma, you heard him saying that he could not find nothing that he had done wrong. Yet, he was removed in the office before his mandate get to finish. That was something that Jacob Zuma, he never get healed from. Jacob Zuma felt betrayed by his fellow ANC comrades, people who surrounded him back then, people that he was counting on that they can protect him even if after he left the office. These are the same people who crucify him. And then the man, he starts going inside the court each and every time, and there's not even anyone who's getting to interfere in his business. Instead, every ANC members, they were even forbidden to not and support Jacob Zuma inside the court. This kind of betrayal, someone as Jacob Zuma, with the kind of popularity he have in this country, obviously he had to demonstrate to everyone who betray him, all the Judas, that you guys have done what you did, but it is my time, it is my turn to do things differently. Forget about what Jacob Zuma is coming to announce in the media, saying that no, this ANC is no longer the same ANC that we fought for. No. I told you earlier in this video that things are more bigger than what we are seeing on the TV. There are serious problems that is happening right now between the ANC politicians or comrades. So Jacob Zuma came in this interview. Unfortunately, I could not play you the whole full interview because I had to just select this particular place here because I want to give you also, guys, my point of view through the analysis that we usually do here at Cool Bass time to time. Jacob Zuma He started first by saying that actually was giving an explanation to this house that's been accused of saying that no, he stole the government money, 250 million rand, for him to go and build the country house. So the man is explaining that no, this house was built already long time ago, before even he became the president of South Africa. And it was built by him and the son of his brother. That's another information or news that need to be verified, because we also need to know who's this so-called the son of his brother or his nephew. Who is he? Where he got those money? What does he do? That's something also that need to be verified, because we are aware that we are having a serious problem of corruption in this country, especially people who are in the power, who have the possibility to assign kind of certain tenders to different people. We all know that there are some people who are getting tenders out there just because maybe they are dating a certain person who's a politician, or maybe they are their brothers or their sisters. So that is also something that need to be verified, where this nephew of Jacob Zuma got his money. But going forward, Jacob Zuma had to explain about this, because it was been said, you know, Zuma stole the money to build his home at Kandla. Zuma did that, Zuma did that. So he have to come and tell people that no, that is false news. That's lie, actually. Something was bigger than that. And for those who've been watching us for time to time, you will remember I have told you that Jacob Zuma, he was fought or being removed from the office because he disobeyed to work with people like Oppenheimer, Rupert, and the white monopolitical. These people, they are there who wanted to remove Jacob Zuma in power, because the men refused to work with them. The men disobeyed them. The men did not want to have something to do with them. And then that became a serious problem for him. That is how they end up blackmailing him, and they had to remove him in the office. So actually, this is the first time Jacob Zuma is coming out to speak with his heart, you know, whereby he's explaining people that this Kandla thing that I'm being accused of, it has nothing to do with what you guys were being told on the TVs. It is something that people of South Africa deserve to know the truth. And it shows at what point this country is still under the control of the West, who are pretending to put black people there, but black people who will be answering to their should I say, to their own benefit, to their own advantage. And that's how things seem to be, listening to Jacob Zuma through that interview that he gave. Besides that, Jacob Zuma had to come and speak for the first time in an open heart some of the reasons that motivate him to leave the ANC, because no one saw that coming. In one of our previous videos, we spoke about this thing of Jacob Zuma. I told you guys that no one saw this coming, because Jacob Zuma is one of the veterans of the ANC. He's a man who fought so hard for the ANC. He's been there like for all entire life. Through this same interview, you heard Jacob Zuma saying that he don't know nothing else. He never worked any kind of job beside politics. Politics, the same politics that sent him in exile, the same politics that he fought for against apartheid regime. So this kind of man, you can tell that regardless of how many years have passed by, there is no way that people who were part of the apartheid regime don't let him to live at peace, because they'll do everything in their power to make sure that they destroy him. And proof to that, you guys, you saw, even after he opened Mkonto's with his political party, he ended up be treated such as a illegal person to stand for this political party. You guys, you saw they took him inside the court to go ahead and ask him, to remove him from not being part of these elections. And the reasons that they're bringing to the table, you can just tell that these are the reasons of people who've been looking to find a good opportunity to eliminate Jacob Zuma politically. They want to finish him, like to finish all his career, political careers. Now that they managed to remove him inside the court or inside the IC, saying that no, he's not qualified to stand, to be in the parliament, do you know what is the next move they'll take on him? Of course, the next move is that they'll take him back again in court through something else, so that they'll just find something that they can use against him in order for them to condemn him. Once they condemn him, then that is how to be over for him. So guys, what do we need to understand from all this? Well, you need to open your eyes. You need to understand things that this has nothing to do with what they're showing us on the cameras. It has nothing to do with what Jacob Zuma is being accused of, whether it's good or bad. But the problem is that Jacob Zuma, white people that he had fought during the time of apartheid regime, and the same people that he came to impose himself on their decisions when he was the president of South Africa, these are the same people who are so angry against Jacob Zuma. So they want to punish him for that. And that is the reason why they've been keeping him inside the court every day, every time, up and down, making him spend a lot of money. And these are the same people who want to make him delay, for him to not get a chance to stand to the office, because if he does not stand, it's going to give them a chance so that they will find again something that they can use